What's up, everybody? It's your girl, HG Kirby, and I'm here with a very special treat for you tonight. I know you already saw that intro, but let's dig a little deeper into it. This is my first ever episode of She Doesn't Really Know What She Wants. And as far as that title, I know you're thinking, Hannah, what do you mean? But tonight we're going to dig deeper into my career path and what it really is that I want for myself. Now, if you guys know me or you see me around on campus, you'll say, oh, that's that girl on the field, or oh, that's that girl from J School. But who really is Hannah Grace Kirby? Well, I'll formally introduce myself. Greetings, everyone. I am Hannah Grace Kirby, a second-year broadcast journalism scholar from Washington, D.C. And right now at Florida A&M, my passion has been sports journalism. Now, many people might say, oh, Hannah, you got to do more, or oh, Hannah, you're doing good. But for me, sometimes, like I said, I just don't really know what I want. Growing up, I've always been involved in athletics and been an athletic person myself, but I sometimes dip and dabble on what it is I truly want. Being a woman in sports has been one of the most empowering, exciting, and some of the best moments so far I've had in college. But a lot of times, sometimes I worry, is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? I'm only 19 years old. And oftentimes I kind of get stuck and wonder, truly, is this what I want? Now, oftentimes you'll see that people my age go into things because of what other people show them. And I feel like that has been impressionable on me. My special guest later, to give context, actually is a mentor to me and has shown me the ropes. And I feel like that's why I have been so hell-bent on sports. But later down the line, and as I grew into my own this sophomore year, I kind of realized maybe I want something a little different. Maybe I don't just want to do sports. Maybe I want more. Now, what I want you guys to understand is I love what I do, but sometimes I wonder if I'm doing what I love. And I know that can be confusing, but there's so many opportunities in this world, and I just feel like maybe I'm not doing enough to touch on all of them. So, today we're going to dig in. Stay tuned to find out what's next. Last of She Doesn't Really Know What She Wants. And I know that's a crazy name, but as you guys have heard me talking earlier, there's so many different things to do within this industry. And personally, I've always felt like at 19 years old, that's really young to decide on what I want to do for the rest of my life. But today I have a special guest, and I'm going to give her the honors of introducing herself.
Hi everybody, I'm Maya Ellison. I am a Spring 23 graduate of Florida A&M University with my Bachelor of Science in Broadcast Journalism from Atlanta, Georgia, the best city ever. And I currently work for the NCAA as a digital editorial postgraduate intern, where I pretty much write articles on a daily basis. We post things for Bleacher Report. We're currently literally I'm at work, so this is how you know I love Hannah. I'm at work. Covering the draft and doing some things for a lot of championships that a lot of people don't know. But just a great experience overall, and so happy and honored to be on this podcast with Hannah.
So yeah, guys, really this is going to be a casual conversation. Maya and I have known each other for a little over a year now, and she's really been like a big sister for me. And I think one of the biggest things Maya and I talk about all the time as both women that work in the sports industries, we often will DM or text, send each other women in sports things. And the biggest thing I kind of want to hit on for us tonight is image. We're two black women working in this industry, and oftentimes we see black women in the industry, one, doing their thing, and there's no doubt about that. But sometimes it can be a little questionable. You know, we've seen many times some of Taylor Rook's outfits where both of us have kind of been like, oh, is she here to work or is she here to play? So as black women in the sports industry, how do we navigate that?
Yeah, I always think about it. First of all, working in sports is male dominated, as we all know. And I always think about it like this. And there's nothing wrong with showing a little skin. I think we get to this age now where you want to be sexy and you want to give off a certain amount of femininity and classiness, or maybe you're the type of person where you like to show a little bit more. But there's a certain way to do that, and there's a certain image to portray yourself, especially in sports journalism, when you're literally going into the locker room and don't be mistaken where these guys have already checked you out on Instagram. They already know which journalist, who's covering the team, who's talking to me. They already have done their homework just like we would do our homework on them. So imagine if they're talking to you and the only thing they think of, hypothetically, is, oh, I saw her in a bathing suit. I saw her with no clothes on. You can do that, but in a way where it's not as revealing, you know? And it's kind of like a double-edged sword, because we also see women that don't look like us that can get away with wearing super cute outfits, you know, like the short skirts, and for the longest, shirts that didn't show your shoulders, you know, like they could get away with it, but we couldn't, you know? And I've just learned that, one, your image is everything. And I know we have so many people that so many young women look up to that are role models, like Taylor Rooks and so many of the younger girls that are coming up that are our age now too. And it's like, yes, like I'm all for the cute outfits. Like, yes, wear what you want to, but also keep in mind that the way that you portray yourself is the way that you're going to be perceived in this industry forever. So if you come to work and you have a certain dress code about yourself, I don't know, a certain wardrobe, you come to work and you're in the interview and your shirt comes all the way down here, you know, those are just certain things that I think about, because it's like, how is somebody else going to perceive me? But how can I also be comfortable in my own skin and wear what I want to wear? Like, we talk about that.
Right.
Yeah.
And so what would your advice not only be to me, but our other listeners out there right now? Like, if you were to say a couple words to them, what do you want them to remember as they navigate this work world? Whether it's in women in sports or any other category of journalism, what do you want them to think about?
The first thing, my mom literally tells me all the time that always have respect for yourself. I think when I had to think about that, but when I was in high school, I was like, oh, I mean, okay, like I do have respect for myself. But respect isn't just about, you know, the way that you dress. It's the way that you carry yourself. It's the professionalism that you have. It's the way that when you go into a workforce, and you may be someone that works in a male-dominated industry outside of sports, you know, it's the way that you walk into a room and know that you can command the attention and people respect you, and not based off of what you wear and, oh, you're a beautiful Black woman or you're a beautiful woman, but the way that you carry yourself, that's where respect comes from. And I also say, like, just be yourself, and always remember that everybody is watching, whether you think it or not. Like, that post that you put up on Instagram, that tweet that, you know, you just had to say it, that TikTok that you had to put out, best believe somebody is watching, whether you think it or not. And you don't want it to come back around and bite you in the butt, you know? So, yeah, those would be my tidbits.
Well, thank you so much, Maya, for coming to speak with us today. Well, y'all, thank y'all so much for coming back, because y'all could have let the podcast after Maya spoke. But I want to dig in deeper into why I chose sports. I kind of touched on it before, but now we're getting in the nitty gritty. Growing up, I always played sports and was always around it. ESPN was always on. Sunday night football, Monday night football, Tuesday night football. Lord, any night of football was on. My dad played football in college, and it's just something I grew up around. So I always felt the need to be involved in it. Now, coming to college, I realized the difference in money that sports will make. So when I say that, the NILs, the brand deals, how athletes are treated, and coming to my illustrious HBCU, I'd never change it for anything. But across the tracks, they have a completely different story. The things that they're awarded, the money that they're gifted, and the resources they have is completely different than what we have. And my goal in this industry is to make a difference, to bring awareness to those disparities, but to also tell the stories that need to be heard, to always and foremost, always be a voice for the unheard. Now, y'all, why I love this career so much, I'm able to tell others things that they might have never guessed. You can always Google a stat, or you can always see who the number one seed is, but you might not know why this person chose to play this game, or you might not know why they're so passionate about it, or you might not know all these other things. So I always think of myself as that storyteller, to be able to create and cultivate that original content from their voice into your ears, to be able to serve as that midway point to share those stories. That brings me the most joy. As a Black woman in this industry, it hasn't been the easiest, and I'm only 2 years in, barely. But I know with God behind me and the village and the support I have, I will continue to flourish and grow. I thank all of those that have continued to be there for me, but sometimes I wonder if this is meant for me. And sometimes I really think, girl, you don't know what you want. But at the end of the day, if you stick to it and stay passionate, I know great things will become. So y'all, I thank y'all for joining me tonight. And I hope y'all tune back in, because I got some more coming up. But until then, she don't really know what she wants. Oh, no.